Surface analysis shows how asteroid Bennu could be a risk to Earth. Scientists surprised by the cuteness of asteroid Bennu. Researchers at the University of Arizona and the Colorado Geological Survey conducted separate studies that came to the same conclusion: asteroid Bennu, one of the best-known potentially harmful objects on Earth, has an extremely porous surface, with almost no resistance, and this can bring risks to our planet if it enters our orbital path. Subscribe to the channel. The information comes from the 2 passes of the OSIRIS-REx spacecraft, the mission launched by NASA in October 2020 and which landed on the asteroid in order to analyze several of its properties. And from the first visit, we had several surprises. When we got to the asteroid, our landing triggered an unexpected explosion on the surface, and what was supposed to be a simple sampling turned out to be a lot more in-depth. We expected the surface to be pretty solid. Kind of like you're stepping barefoot on a pile of gravel, nothing more than a little bit of dust kicking up and a few particles going up, said Dante Loretta, a planetary scientist in Arizona and principal investigator on one of the studies. According to him, what actually happened was, in his own words, a wall of debris flying in all directions from the sample collection area. This impression was marked by all operators, so much so that Loretta suggested and accepted the idea of a second pass. 6 months later, in April 2021, OSIRIS-REx observed the original landing spot, finding the impact crater. A second landing generated a new crater within the previous one, 8 meters in size, displacing smaller rocks and boulders in various directions. Subscribe to the channel. And then came the biggest surprise: the scientists expected to dig about 30 centimeters to collect new samples, the probe's maximum capacity. However, the arm that serves as the collector sunk about 70 centimeters. There was no resistance whatsoever, said Loretta, who noted that she found material untouched by the bombardment of solar winds and cosmic radiation. According to Loretta, speculative calculations estimated that the density of Bennu's surface material was somewhere between 500 and 700 kilogram per cubic meter, m cubed. For purposes of comparison, any rock on Earth has a density 6 times that, something like 3 tons per cubic meter. The second study confirmed these numbers. Surface rocks are very porous and have a lot of empty space between them, said Kevin Walsh, author of the paper and a geologist at Colorado's Southwest Research Institute. We were hoping that the smaller, finer grains of dust would stick to the large rocks and fill that void, acting as a glue, and offering some resisting force, which would allow the surface to better support the craft. But it just doesn't exist there. These are important details when asteroid Bennu enters a collision course with Earth. In practice, it's a small risk, but even with that fluffy surface, Bennu is one of the most dangerous asteroids for our planet. The problem, if we were to steer the Bennu away from a possible collision, as NASA has been testing with the DART mission, there is no way to predict the reaction of its rocks in the face of an impact from, say, a spacecraft launched directly at it. Because it is, as we said, fluffy, the surface of Bennu can end up absorbing the impact without changing its course. For now, everything is in the speculative field. The OSIRIS-REx probe is on its way to Earth, returning home with the collected samples, and should deliver them until September 2023, when it will leave for a new mission, now visiting the asteroid Apophis. Another asteroid of moderate risk to us, and changing its name to OSIRIS-APEX. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications, to receive new videos. Thanks.